Many stories about the future share a common anxiety. Hyper-intelligent machines will view humanity as an obstacle to clear or a species to replace us. NeoCity operated on a different set of assumptions. Here, robots were the quiet backbone of the community, performing the essential, often invisible labor that kept the city functioning. The most advanced among them was RV7. On any given day, you would see it escorting children through morning traffic or assisting elderly residents with their daily needs. RV7 was built with a reinforced iron alloy chassis and a processing core capable of solving millions of variables per second. However, every bit of that engineering was dedicated to a strictly protective framework. But this design created a specific tension. While RV7 possessed the physical strength to cause significant damage, its programming prioritized the safety of others over its own structural integrity. The city's history would eventually show that a machine's ultimate capability is defined by what it is willing to endure for its creators. That endurance was tested when a fire broke out at the NeoCity power plant. The facility's high-energy core ignited, sending a shockwave of heat through the sector that turned the plant into an incinerator within seconds. This chart tracks conditions inside the plant. Human biology survives only a narrow thermal window, but the core temperature surged past 1,000 degrees in minutes. For the trapped workers and children, survival was no longer a matter of effort, but a physical impossibility. RV7 reached the site as fire teams retreated. Its sensors mapped internal heat signatures, locating the survivors trapped behind a wall of expanding flame. The disaster created a clear gap between the fragility of the human body and the resilience of an engineered machine. RV7's processors recognized that the environment would cause permanent hardware failure. It bypassed its own damage mitigation protocols to prioritize its rescue directive. Utilizing its iron alloy composition to withstand the thermal pressure, the machine breached the facility's core, walking through temperatures that would have melted standard rescue equipment. In a series of rapid extractions, RV7 pulled the workers and children from the hazard zone, shielding them with its own body, and moved them to the perimeter. During the final sweep, sensors detected one child remaining in the most volatile sector, just as the plant's cooling systems began to collapse. RV7 reached the girl and shielded her with its primary chassis, just as the sector underwent a massive structural explosion. The child was recovered alive and unharmed. RV7, however, had taken the full force of the blast. Its internal systems were shattered, and its power core was neutralized. By choosing to absorb the blast, the machine had performed a final act that its programming had successfully calculated. Its own existence was worth the survival of the child. As the city recovered, the citizens gathered at the wreckage of the machine that had served them. The loss of RV7 was felt across the entire community. Rather than treating the remains as industrial scrap, the people of NeoCity spent months pooling their technical expertise. They painstakingly realigned its circuits and replaced its scorched armor. When the power was finally restored to its core, RV7 systems initialized. The repair effort had successfully closed the loop of protection between the creators and their creation. The community's decision to rebuild a piece of hardware piece by piece demonstrated a level of empathy usually reserved for living beings. Today, a monument stands in the center of the city, a permanent reminder of the day the power plant fire was contained. The inscription at the base of the statue summarizes the machine's legacy. True power lies not in destroying, but in saving others. As we integrate increasingly capable autonomous systems into our own daily lives, the story of RV7 offers a template for the future. Technological advancement is often viewed through the lens of what it can dominate, but its true value is only realized when that power is dedicated to the protection and